It's Sunday night, and this is the Conjugal Visit on KGFRocks.com.
Yeah, KGFRocks.com. I'm Free Ride along with my good friend Guido. Guido, how you doing?
Are we on the air now?
Yeah, we're on the air, man. We're on the air. Yeah, we're on the air.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I am so positive. I got no doubt in my mind. It's counting down the whole 9 yards. It played the music. We had some technical stuff go on there, folks, but we're back. We're here. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Running just a little long, but we're okay. Welcome to the Conjugal Visit, and I am Free Ride along with my friend Guido. We are live. So, yes, we are. We are absolutely live.
I am. I don't know about you.
I'm alive.
Like a robot to me still. So.
I don't know how that can be, man, because I, you know what? I'm not talking like a robot. Okay, and you can't see my video at all.
No.
I can't see yours.
You can? No, I turn mine off because yours is driving me nuts. There's definitely something going on.
Definitely, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because I could hear you a little bit, and you sound okay at most times. I don't know if it's just you. You know, your voice just annoys me now, but anyways.
Right.
No, actually, you sounded to clear up a little bit. You took the balls out of your mouth. Is that what it is?
No, I don't have any balls in my mouth. No, I have no balls in my mouth. No, there are no balls in my mouth, and I don't know what would make you think that I have balls in my mouth.
Gargling something right now.
It sounds like I'm gargling something. Okay. Folks, hey, come into the chat. Yeah, come into chat and let us know that if we sound like shit or what on the air, okay? Just come into chat. Don't be scared. Just come in and somebody come into chat and say, hey, you sound like shit. Or, no, you guys sound great. Okay? Just let us know. All right. There you go. Hey, hopefully somebody will respond. And
We're broadcasting, dude.
have you turned on the show?
Yes, we are. I listen. We are broadcasting. You sound perfect.
Yeah, I told you, man. I told you. We sound great. Yeah.
Why do you sound like you got some filter on when you're talking to me?
No.
Wow.
No.
Now, Zookeeper says you sound great. He's just trying to kiss your ass.
Yeah, that's all.
Barely hear Guido, of course. Always in the background.
I didn't mess with the volume. I swear to God. I swear to you, I did not mess with.
They said they can barely hear me and hear you fine.
And hear you fine. Okay.
And I'm using the professional mic.
You're using the professional mic. Well, let me see what I can do here. Hang on, just a second. Maybe I can fix this. Maybe.
We'll get you on air, folks.
How not to be. This is how you do it, folks. This is how you do it.
Folks.
Yeah.
Anyways, can you hear me now, Zookeeper? I know we're on delay, so sometimes you think people are
ignoring you, and then like 5 minutes later they say, no, you're fine.
I just fixed you. I just fixed you.
All right. So you did touch my voice then.
No, what happened was is the cable got shut off in Skype. So now it's back on cable again. So now we got you. You're fine. You should be fine.
So you sounded like you were talking to yourself.
Yeah. No. See, I'm always talking to myself, but that's beside the point.
Well, if you had me turned off and you were talking to me, having a conversation with me, and nobody else could hear my side of the conversation, you probably sounded kind of crazy.
Yeah, there you are. He says, there you are. You're there now. You're there now. I'm looking in the chat room, and he sounds fine now. Thank you very much, Mr. Copeland. I appreciate you sending in that message to us. See, folks, it's easy. Just go into chat and say, yep, okay.
See? Yes. All right. I heard myself now. I'm happy.
You happy now? Okay.
Happy.
All right.
So listen.
So what?
Tonight is the Pro Bowl.
Tonight is the Pro Bowl. Who cares?
And what do you think about 7 Patriots snubbing the Pro Bowl?
I think that they're a bunch of jackhards, and they're buffoons, and these boycotters of the Oscars and the boycotters of the Pro Bowl and all of this stuff. You know what? Stick it in your hat. You don't want the bonus money? Fine, go for it. You want to act like a horse's ass and not get any, any endorsements or anything? Fine, shove it up your ass. Who cares? It's your money. I've told you this once before. I love it when these guys do this shit. I love it when they just fuck themselves. No, I don't get it. I'm confused. What do you think?
Well, if you're talking about the Oscars, that's a totally different snub, okay? We'll get to that in a minute. The Patriots are snubbing it because they feel like they were cheated out that last game, which makes it's ironic that they say that, because how many times were they accused of cheating?
They didn't get cheated.
I know they didn't. But how ironic is it for them to claim that when they are the masters of being blamed as cheaters? I'm not saying they are, but
they're cheaters. They're all
right.
cheaters.
But now Will Smith snubbed the Oscars because there was no African American, black, whatever, actor or actress nominated.
When was the last time an American Indian was was even a part of the Oscars? I don't know.
Well, I don't know, and I don't care. Here's how I look at things. I believe that they are based upon your merit and how you acted. Okay, your movie might have sucked ass, so why should you be nominated? Because you are African American?
Well,
no.
But Concussion was a great movie. I mean,
I'm not saying it wasn't, but he's been nominated before. He's never been snubbed before. He was nominated for Ali. It's not like he's never been nominated before.
Right.
The
That's
Academy
true.
just felt that his performance wasn't as good as the ones that were nominated. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I agree with you. For once, I agree with you on this, on something. There, Guido. I mean, he is. I think it's ridiculous. I think he should apologize to the Academy for his behavior, and I think that I think these players need to get out there and go play football. That's what they're getting paid to do. They're not going to get a bonus check out of that, because you do get a bonus check for playing in the Pro Bowl.
You do.
And so it depends on how many votes you get as to how much you get. And I think it's just a big mistake. Advertisers like Nike and Pepsi and all these guys, they look at that stuff, and it's a reflection on your character. And so when they see something like that, they say, well, shit, you went out there like the hands up thing with the Rams. You know that Nike dropped one of them players like it was a bad habit, because they don't want to see that shit. They don't want to see the players that they put on the cover of their Wheaties box behaving that way.
St. Louis dropped him too.
Yeah, St. Louis dropped them too. I think a majority of St. Louisans are happy they're gone. They were a pain in the ass. That was like inviting a soap opera to this town.
Yeah, but what other, besides baseball, what other team has brought St. Louis a championship?
None.
Right. So you got the Rams and the Cardinals. Not your Blues, not your.
The Blues have been to the Stanley Cup twice.
But have they won it?
They lost it both times. But
just like the Sabres.
But they're always in the playoffs. They're always exciting to watch. They're always fun to watch. And the Rams just weren't.
But your Rams won yourself the greatest show on turf.
Dude, it took the Rams 40 years and a move to St. Louis to go to the fucking Super Bowl.
Sometimes that's what happens. Look what happened with Cleveland. Cleveland sucked for so many years. They went to Baltimore and won a Super Bowl.
The team made a shitload of money by moving here, not going to the Super Bowl, by just moving here. They got a shit ton of money. They bought a bunch of players. They went to the fucking Super Bowl, and then after that, they spent their wad. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it. And they were done. They didn't spend any money on the community. For Christ's sake, they never moved their home office to St. Louis. It's always been in L.A. Their office has always been in L.A. It never left. Their mailing address is in L.A.
They knew they were going back.
I knew it all along. The day Georgia Frontier died, I said, that's it. They're gone.
Well, now San Diego's staying put.
Yeah, San Diego's going to stay put because the NFL told them no.
And Oakland wants to play in Las Vegas, and the NFL is saying, no.
No, you're not playing there because it's gambling.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
you're not going to play there.
But there's gambling everywhere. Come on. Just because the team's in Las Vegas, does that mean they're going to get betted on more or less? No. You just make sure that you outlaw gambling on NFL premises because it's against NFL regulations. So what's the big deal about having a Las Vegas team? I think they would sell out every fucking game.
Oh, no, they would support a team. They definitely would support a team because most of the people that go to the games are going to be the tourists. And it'd be a great tourist attraction for the city of Las Vegas. But now,
the Las Vegas Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders, that'd be great. Yeah, you know what? I'm with you on that, man. I'd like to see that. I would really like to see that. Yeah,
it would be, and I'm telling you what. Then you some casino can, you obviously you can't gamble, but you can do package deals and all this crap. They'll sell every single game, if they suck or not. They'll sell out every game.
Yep, you could put the name of the casino right on the friggin' stadium, right on the stadium, and build a hotel and a casino right next door to the fucking football stadium. It would be a magnificent thing to see. The money they spend in Vegas on buildings, they're beautiful.
I know.
They're just gorgeous.
And they're not going to have trouble finding money for Vegas to build them a stadium like they will anywhere else because they have the money. And they'll build the state-of-the-art stadium. They'll have it'll be the greatest thing for the NFL, I think, if they allow it. But they're not going to because of the gambling aspect. But you mean to tell me because your team's not in Vegas, you don't bet on them? Everybody does it. Football cards and football squares and bet straight up. You don't need to be in Vegas to make money on sports. No. You don't.
But you can't bet on your own team. That's all.
But why is there a team in New Jersey then, right by Atlantic City, if there can't be one in Vegas?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think there can be. You got one in Jersey, which is right there on the Jersey Shore. So they got gambling there.
Professional teams in Jersey, and Atlantic City's right there. You got the New Jersey Devils. You got the New Jersey Nets. You got the Giants. Or the Giants are New Jersey. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Yeah, they are. And the Jets. Oh, they're building a new stadium for the Jets. The Jets are getting a new stadium. But anyways, as we move eastward, we need to go to Oklahoma City, where the new Rock and Brews opened up. Believe it was, when was it, Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. And, our good man, our reporter on the beat, got this exclusive interview with the manager and one of the partners at Rock and Brews there in Oklahoma City, and our friend Wild Bill Hill. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows him. All of our listeners do at KGFRocks.com. And here is his exclusive interview. And I understand Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons were right nearby when he was doing this interview, so he was close.
They were a fart smell away.
Yeah, they were a fart smell away, so he could have thrown one in there. But we're going to listen to the interview real quick here, and we'll be right back after this. Okay, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is KGFRocks.com here with a local partner of Rock and Brews in Oklahoma City, Kirk Williams. Rumor has it that all the Rock and Brews partners have to be musicians because when Gene and Paul come to town, you all get together in a secret studio location and jam as a band.
Well, as you might guess, that's not a true rumor. I'd say my being a couple years of high school choir and maybe any more, it's singing in the shower would be the closest thing I came to being a musician. But we sure love having Gene and Paul and the other founding partners in town. It's awesome.
One of the the main reasons we're talking about Rock and Brews today is what Rock and Brews does for veterans, active duty military, and the first responders. Can you give us some depth on the mission nationally and locally?
Yeah, one of the great things about this brand is they do believe we don't do as good a job of recognizing our servicemen and servicewomen, and the reason we have the freedoms we do to come and enjoy a cold beer at a Rock and Brews or a good food is because of those folks. So we are actually partnering here in Oklahoma City with the Honoring America's Warriors group, and they are actually equipping our veterans to participate in a myriad of activities. But it's just a small token of our appreciation, and hopefully bring some awareness to that group and maybe help them with their desires to grow and serve more of the vets. As I just talked to him a minute ago, and apparently there are 365,000 vets in Oklahoma in a population of 3.6 million. So 1 in 10 Oklahomans served our country, and we need to do a better job of thanking them. So we're honored to do it.
That is one of the main reasons KGFRocks.com wanted to talk to Rock and Brews today, is because of that reason, because of what you do for the vets, first responders, and active duty military. So if it was my first visit to a Rock and Brews, what would you suggest that I order for dinner and to have to drink with it?
So I will tell you, if you pin me down to one item, I'm going to tell you our Asian wings are the one item I'm going to say you have to try. We have an Asian glaze on a chicken wing, big meaty chicken wings with this Asian glaze. Absolutely something you've never had before, and nobody's ever said, oh my gosh, I didn't like it. Everybody loves it. We are a scratch kitchen. We have everything from kale salads. We marinate the kale every day. We have the best gluten-free pizza crust I've ever had, which we have regular crust as well. We do hamburgers. We do, obviously, wings. We do salads. We even have a rack of ribs that you would say, wow, I didn't realize a craft beer rock and roll bar was going to serve me this good of ribs. So I answered to, multiple answers, but if you pin me down to one of those Asian wings are dynamite.
Well, that covers the rock part. So let's talk brews. How many beers do you have here on tap, and what local brands do you have?
So I'm glad you asked that. The brews part, we have 52 beers on tap. We like to say it's one for every week of the year. But the part that we're having the most fun with here in Oklahoma City is we have a couple bars in the building. One of them is we call the Land Run Bar, has 12 beer taps. All 12 are Oklahoma-based brewed craft beers, and people are loving getting to taste the beers that are made locally. And we're having fun because we get a chance to feature those and kind of stay local to Oklahoma. We obviously source our food locally, and now we're sourcing as many of our beers locally. So it is a blast. There's some great breweries in and around us here in Oklahoma City or other small towns, and great beers being brewed here.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Williams. For KGFRocks.com, it's Wild Bill Hill rocking it at Rock and Brews.
Yeah, great interview by our good friend Wild Bill Hill and our roving reporter, as it were. What do you think? What do you think of the ad, man? That's pretty good.
It was good, but he was there for the food.
Yeah, I know he was. I'm sure, and he really I don't know. He looked like he was bigger in the picture. Did you notice that? He must have just ate. He just ate. He must have just ate. Hey,
or drank.
Yeah, or drank. He probably drank
because
he seemed pretty interested in the beer, didn't he? Yeah, in that interview, he sounded like he wanted to know what the beer was all about. Hey, one
for every week. Why not?
With us in studio right now is our brand new DJ. She starts on Tuesday, right?
Apparently, yes. That's the rumor.
That's the rumor. And she is Diamond, and we are welcoming her to KGFRocks.com and by inviting her on to the Conjugal Visit show tonight. So everybody make her feel welcome, and you want to tune into her show on Tuesday. At noon Eastern time.
You didn't do the hand clapping thing.
Oh, I didn't. Wait a minute. Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
I get a golf clap?
Yes, you get a golf clap. Let's go. Let's do it.
I just got her and ready to give him the clap. Thanks, guys.
Well, the clap was gone by the time I wasn't ready. So
yeah, it's pretty funny.
he's got kids the same age as me, so right, Free. So anyways, you're starting Tuesday, and let's why don't you tell everybody out there in Radio Land what you kind of music you play? Do you play it all? You play whatever?
Well, oh my gosh. Well, my days are pretty eclectic. I play a lot of different types of music. I DJ'd a country wedding over the weekend. Don't ask me for country, please. But well, like I said, we cover everything from '66 to 2016, and so I have a lot of different stuff. I have a lot of metal and rock, newer stuff, older stuff. I'm all over the place, really. As they asked me earlier, what's your favorite band? And well, what day is it? I like a lot of different things. So, try me. I love requests. Yeah. And I kind of like to play it by ear. So I usually have my first 4 or 5 songs picked out, and then after that, I let the show grow organically on its own.
Wow, that sounds like far out, man.
You were going to say that.
and what
trippy.
she fits right in, dude. I mean, that's what KGF Rocks is now. We were a classic rock station only, but we decided to move things along, and you know what? It's meant a lot to us. It really has taken off. So we're really happy with it, and we're happy to bring you into the program here at KGF. Maybe some other shows in the future. Now you're going to be interested tonight on Chemicals of Democracy is on tonight with us, and they are out of Phoenix. And so,
nice.
So you're out of Glendale there, north of Phoenix, and so
Not as cool as Phoenix, but
not as cool, but close enough. Close enough. You can go to Phoenix and be cool, right? It's not that far.
It's the birds.
And maybe we can talk you into being our roving reporter and go out and check out a couple of shows and maybe do some reviews for us out there in the Phoenix rock area.
Well, you never can tell. Anything can happen.
And I want to know. Cool. I want to know is, first of all, Free, I can hear myself echoing. You must got your speakers up. Second of all, Glenn Campbell's always talking about by the time he gets to Phoenix. Has he ever gotten there? And was he looking for? He's gotten it. Okay, then he's there. All right.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because he's always singing that song. Speaking of Glenn Campbell, he's doing pretty bad though. He's got like Alzheimer's.
Yeah, he's got Alzheimer's. He did his last performance not that long ago, and his daughter stood up with him and helped him sing some of his songs, and so that if he started to get lost in the lyrics, he could kind of follow her, and it was very sweet actually.
That's pretty awesome.
I heard about that recently. Yeah,
I give him much credit for that. He's not just laying down and letting it take care of him. He's out there still.
Well, when Ronald Reagan had Alzheimer's, if you hear loud breathing, this is my dog, not me. Mm-hmm. Not all excited about Alzheimer's and heavy breathing here.
No, and it's not free ride either. Yeah, okay, go
ahead. No, he said the best thing about Alzheimer's is I get to meet new people every day. In other words, it's the same people, but he doesn't remember them from yesterday. So it's all in how you look at it.
What were you talking about?
Alzheimer's.
Oh yeah, that's right. Anyways,
oh, you're mean.
Mine's from Germany. My element. It's called Wiedenheimers.
Wiedenheimers, yeah.
Yes.
Wiedenheimers. Yeah.
It's the Wiedenheimer family. Yes.
I read a report the other day that goldfish do not just have brain functions for 2 seconds like everybody so much says. It's like 3 minutes, yeah. So some of them, sometimes that's more memory than I have.
Well, I've got sometimers. I remember things sometimes. I don't remember everything. Like I don't remember. I have 14 grandchildren, so I forget a grandchild every once in a while. As a matter of fact, I just missed one. Okay, so trying to remember 14 birthdays plus my wife plus the kids plus this plus that. Oh my God, and she tries hard. God, the wife, she God bless her, she tries really hard, and she'll tell me, today is Luke's birthday.
Could I say something?
What?
There's this thing called a computer, and there's this other thing called a date book.
I
He says,
understand.
"Luke, I am your grandfather."
Yes.
You said it, haven't you?
I've said it.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, it was scary. It is scary, but as it were, she tells me the day of, so it's too late to send a card.
That's not helpful. No.
No, that's not helpful.
That's
at all.
why
I hate
you
to
get.
know
That's why
3
you
days
get
in
Jib
advance.
Jab or Hallmark online. You could send a freaking electronic greeting. Yeah. Hey, Luke, the Force is with you. Happy birthday.
Oh, God love you. You're so gay.
I can't wait to the May 4th. I cannot wait to May 4th because I'm gonna.
May the 4th be.
Yes.
Never mind. I'm sorry.
I-
Go ahead. I'll shut up.
I hope I'm DJing that day because it's going to be May the 4th be with you special. Hey, speaking of DJing, my show this Thursday is going to be kind of a cool one. I don't usually do themes, and you know that. I usually fly off the seat of my pants. But this week I'm doing all blues. It's going to be King Guido's blues show. So,
That might be
yes.
fun.
And we're going to go way back.
Like some Muddy Waters and stuff.
My request already. Joe Bonamassa. Electric Blues.
Yeah, electric blues. I'm not going back that far. I go back and like Larry Ellison and some mostly 70s, late
Get
60s.
a little,
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little Al Green going
But
on.
I am going to be playing a track from pre-ZZ Top Billy Gibbons blues band called The Moving Sidewalks.
Yeah. No, I wasn't doing ZZ Top. I was doing John Lee Hooker.
Oh, I know you were.
Over that. He sued ZZ Top over that he didn't win.
All those old blues guys sue everybody. Led Zeppelin's been sued about 37 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. That's very true.
Because they didn't make any money, them poor bastards back then, and they didn't. And I feel bad for them because they really didn't. They got screwed. You make the Robert Johnson never made a penny off of his recordings, and every blues artist records his music today. So, and that's Led Zeppelin's done it, Stevie Ray Vaughan's done it, Eric Clapton's done it, and these are big name people that are selling millions of copies off of, those recordings. I don't know if his family is making the money now or whatever, but he never made any money.
Well, our very special guest tonight, and we're going to invite you to stay. You want to stay with us?
Sure, I'll hang around.
Well, yeah, you can ask some questions of the band.
Okay.
I mean, we'll
Well, I'm
let
not.
you. We'll
I
let
think
you.
I've ever interviewed anybody before, but
We will let you. Yeah. Wednesday. Guido, are you doing it Wednesday or Thursday?
Come on, how long have you known me?
You're doing it Wednesday. Okay, I knew that. All right.
I did say Thursday, though. Thanks, John Copeland. I did say Thursday, but I don't do Thursdays. I do Wednesdays.
yeah, May the 4th falls on a Wednesday, so you can have fun with that. You have that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to go on. Okay, I digress. Okay, we're going to do an old chemicals of democracy, and it's called Judas, and we're going to play that, and then we're going to bring the guys in. It's going to be Darren and Scott. So stay tuned, stay with us. This is a rockin' song here, man. Hope you enjoy it. This is KGFRocks.com, and you're listening to the Conjugal Visit Show.
It's not the conversation.
I see they finally caught up with me. Help from my friend is the gallows for me. My life is flashing by. I
United States Chemicals of Democracy. We're having a little problem. They're not answering the phone. I've been trying to call them, and they're not picking up the phone. So if y'all are listening, you need to answer your phone, guys, because I can't call you if if you get. I'm going to try you one more time here and see if we can get you to answer the phone for us. But we're having a hard time getting through to them. Obviously, they're.
This is not the April Fool's show, folks.
No, this is not the April. This is show number. This is actually this is actually show number 13. So I would figure that we're having a problem with it, and they need to answer the phone. Yeah, put that in there. Yeah, I'll call them again.
Are you?
Thank you for calling. You've reached David from Sector.
Yeah, and are you there, guys? Hell. I lost everybody that time. Well, this is the way the show is going to go. Okay. Call on hold, huh? Well, hell.
What are you?
Reached a number that is no longer in service. Please check the number and try again.
Thank you for calling. You've reached David from Sector. If you'd like to leave a message, and I'll give.
Well, folks, it would figure that we would run into a problem tonight, but we're going to fix this, okay? I'm trying so desperately. I'm trying desperately to get into these guys, and they're not answering the phone. So, Guido, you there with me, buddy?
I think so. I keep talking to you, and nobody's talking back. So
I know. We've got issues here, and it's gotten to the point where it's almost ridiculous, but not quite ridiculous. Really close to silly.
Here, you can't call somebody when we're on the air. They have to call in.
No, I can call somebody. I've been doing it all along. So,
but you put us on hold every time you do.
Right. I didn't mean to put you on hold. I didn't mean to do that. And I can barely hear you now. So it's almost gotten to the point now where I've been trying to call these guys and they're just not answering the phone. Hang on a second. I'm gonna hang up from you. Folks. Yeah, okay. So I'm on my own here on the show, folks, and I'm trying desperately to get these guys back on here. Are you there, Guido?
Right now, I got them.
What?
They're on the line. I have them.
You do?
Yes.
Well, I can't hear anything.
At home, folks, we're professionals.
I can barely hear you.
Turn the volume up.
No, can
I've
you hear
got
me?
the volume up.
We're live right now, and we have them on. So.
Oh, and we are live, definitely live.
Yes.
But I can barely hear you.
Yeah, this is Scott. So.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Doing all right. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. I guess we're just having little issues here, and he's trying to figure it out.
It's the Skype.
Yeah,
Skype's a big problem today. Hi, Scott. I am so sorry about that, man.
No worries. No worries at all.
Yeah. And is Alan with us too?
I'm sorry?
Is Alan with us too?
Oh, Scott Allen. That is me.
Scott Allen. I'm sorry. Darren. That's what I meant.
Your recording has reached the maximum length.
You just
to
left
replay your
Darren a
message, press 1.
message.
To delete and re-record your message.
Yeah.
To send it back, press 6. To cancel this message, press star. To send this message now, press pound or hang up.
Goodbye.
All right, then.
To replay your message, press
Skype
1.
is having
To
its way
delete
with
and
us.
re-record your message, press 3. For delivery options.
All right, we better now?
I am better.
All right.
So who's on the line with us here, folks?
I am.
You am.
Yeah. Everybody else still hasn't got back on. And you keep down all them numbers, and we don't know which ones are hanging up and which ones are there.
Well, I understand that. Folks, this is crazy. I had a hunch.
Let's play a song, and then let's do this the right way.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and let's rock out. We're gonna do. We're gonna do one of their new ones. Okay. We'll go ahead and I'm gonna throw in there. You suck, because I really feel like I suck now.
My oxygen is draining, blood that runs through me races so rapidly, tense my aggression, retaliate to testify. You suck all the life from me, you take all the air I breathe, you want everything but me, my heart's not breaking. You suck all the life from me, you take everything I need, you want everything but me, my heart's not breaking. You suck all the air I breathe, you take all the life I need, you want everything but me. You suck all the air I breathe, you take all the blood I bleed, you want everything but me. You suck. And all the air I breathe, all the air I breathe, you suck.
bill too, so usually that works. You know?
Yeah, when you pay the Skype bill, you figure it would work properly. Every call I made hung up. And then when I would call you, it would hang up the group. Then I would call the group back and I would lose you. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was You Suck. And I feel like I suck right now. But right now in studio with us, we have Scott Allen of the band Chemicals of Democracy. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good. Doing real good. Just kind of wrapping up the weekend and getting ready to go back at it again tomorrow. Do the regular 9 to 5 everything and get back into the studio with the guys.
So for the listeners that don't know, what do you do in the band?
Rhythm guitar and backup vocals.
Cool, very cool. And it's a 5-piece band.
Yeah. It is a 5-piece, but I mean we've had our lead player. Has been a part of the band for a while. He actually lives in Brazil.
Oh, wow.
So he's been. We haven't actually had him with us, playing live or recording live with us for. Gosh, it's been about a year and a half right now since we've had him back over here. But he's still, definitely part of the band. And but we've got the four of us will play as a 4-piece. Sometimes we've got some guest players from other local bands, or even like one of our previous players. Every now and then he'll come back and pop in for a little bit. Sometimes we'll still play some 5-piece here and there.
Oh, so there's no shortage of guitarists then.
Absolutely not. Well, and it doesn't hurt either when your lead singer happens to be a real kick-ass lead player himself. So
no, that doesn't hurt at all. So what kind of you guys do? What would you describe your music as? What form?
It's funny because when I joined the band, one of the first early shows I did, we actually were playing over in Europe, and we did a bunch of media days, and we get that question a lot. And I think the best way that I would always describe it is I was never really into I was into more of the 80s bands and that type of thing. So this is a lot heavier than what I was used to. So this is much, much heavier, but it's sort of like a mix of everything from Megadeth to there's some Iron Maiden you can hear in there. There's definitely some old school, like I said, some 80s stuff in there. It's a real big mix and hodgepodge of everything. And it's about as heavy as you can get with a lot of the other music that's out there. The difference being is that Darren's actually got really killer vocals that go on top of it. It's not just all screaming and, yelling on top of it. He's actually got some great vocals that goes on top of this. And there's a lot of harmonizing guitars. It's just, it really is, I'm sure you hear this all the time, it really is its own sound.
No, that's good to have. You base off your influences and you pay tribute to them, but you definitely got to make your own sound. And I think you have achieved that. I've been listening to you guys for a couple days now since we booked this interview a couple weeks, and I do like it. And that's the thing now is we were discussing earlier that current rock, you have to be heavy to be successful nowadays for some reason.
Oh, absolutely. It's it's just so much has changed over time, and it's not just about just the guitar riff itself. And again, talking with Darren, I mean, it is definitely a writing collaborative, but Darren is definitely leading the boat there. He's our captain, and when we start putting different songs together, it's always amazing that he'll put something really, really melodic in the background, and you're listening to it, and then the next thing you know, he's putting this heavier than hell guitar riff on top of it. And before, like you said, it's just getting heavier and heavier, but at the same time, it remains melodic at the same time. So it's a lot of fun.
And I always loved the melodic metal and stuff too myself. I grew up the same way with you with the 80s, more into the, I hate to categorize it as glam rock or whatever, because I never saw it that way. But, Motley Crue and all that stuff. But as time progresses here, those kind of bands are not around anymore. It's everything out there now is pretty heavy. Your famous rock bands are not that let's party all night and sleep with these girls or whatever. There's a lot of, melodic, hard, heavy music that's very successful is probably what I'm trying to get at nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. And, another good thing I really love about the band too is, and I was definitely a big fan of the party music, so I'm not going to bash on it ever because I loved it. But there's not a single song in Chemicals of Democracy, not since before I got there and not since I've been there. Every single song has something to say. It's there's sometimes it's very tongue-in-cheek type of stuff. Other times it's very, very serious subject matter and stuff and such. But there's definitely a lot more going on than just, like you said, party all night.
Right.
And women, this, that, and the other. There's a lot of deep subject matter.
Oh yeah, you know what the biggest misconception about metal is that it's stupid people or whatever. It's much difficult to write a Iron Maiden song than it is a Poison song.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's
you know what I mean? and that's the grand thing of it. It's metal, it's heavy, whatever. But I'm sure there's plenty of intelligent human beings in the metal world. I mean, those songs are complex. First of all, the structures of most metal songs, the lyrical content. There's actually words and meaning there. There's not just, let's go to the party and get drunk.
Oh, exactly. And there'll be something, going on in the news, whether it's something like ISIS or whether something going on with the, the elections going on in America or money crisis, this, that, or the other. And all of a sudden the discussion starts on it. You see some people get a little bit heated in the practice studio talking about it. And,
right.
It's going on and on and on. And then we come back a day and a half later and Darren's like, check this out. It's got like an entire song written. It's like, oh.
Well, that's kind of how my musical things changed too. I was always into the party rock and all that too until 2 albums came out. It was Megadeth's Sympathy for Destruction and Pantera's Cowboys from Hell that actually changed my direction of liking harder music from that. And still to today, I still like a lot of the heavier stuff. But before that, I never even listened to metal much until, I swear to God, I wasn't even a big Metallica fan. It was Megadeth's Symphony of Destruction or Countdown to Extinction, rather, that got me into metal.
Right. Oh, yeah. And the same, very much so. I mean, there's so many political messages in their music and everything else. It was pretty intense. In fact, it was right around that time period. I actually had a roommate at the time, and he's now a professor at University of Connecticut. But
cool.
he was a grad student at Arizona State, and but he still had the long hair, the metal, and everything else. And he was brilliant in politics and everything else. And he ended up at the Democratic Convention, and Mustaine was doing the interviews for MTV. So it was right at that very time period you got to know him a little bit. So I got to talk to him a couple times. So it was really unique just realizing how intelligent that guy was.
Oh, I know. It still is, yeah. And it's the same with his lyrical content and everything. Now, I was listening to like your music too. The lyrical content is there, and so is the music. What kind of do you use a certain kind of guitar or pedals or anything, or are you endorsed by anybody? Are you?
No, I'm not actually. But my 2 main guitars that I've used, the one guitar I've got is Jackson Rhodes. It was like one of the first when they started producing them by the masses back in like 1984. I think I bought it.
Oh wow!
I've got a Jackson Rhodes. I still play that all the time, and I've also got a Les Paul.
Yeah, don't get rid of either of those. Oh, we're calling somebody else.
I'm bringing Darren in. He's been waiting.
my favorite guitar choice is my Ibanez 7-string Gem.
Oh, nice. Hello.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. What's up, man? Sorry about that.
You were in the green room for quite a bit there, Darren. We apologize.
I somehow, some way, I'm not gonna say much. I'm just gonna say I got the wrong phone number, and I've been calling the wrong number. But now I have your number, and now you're on.
I think he's been calling.
Please, just don't call past midnight, brother.
Okay.
I think he's been calling members of Sectus instead of you guys. I think that's.
Yeah, I think so. I have been.
Dave, huh?
I mean, hell,
that's who he called was David.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're not a bad half band. They're not a very bad band either. So, I mean, you guys are right up there with them. Hey, Darren, welcome to the show. I'm over here in St. Louis. I'm Free Ride, and that's Guido over there in Buffalo, New York. And folks, we've got Darren and Scott from Chemicals of Democracy. I got to ask you, man, how did you guys come up with that name?
Just writing a song. It was like a lyric, and I had COD tattooed on my stomach for quite a while. It meant something else, but it just came. It was a lyric, and I kind of brought it to the guys at the time, and that's became the name. It's kind of different, so
how it happens sometimes. Does anybody ever call you guys COD?
All the time.
I figured.
I love cod.
Well, when I
Fish and
first
chips.
saw,
I got a weak spot for fish and chips.
I was gonna say we got a lot when a lot of that went over in the UK.
oh, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In the UK, that's like a fish and chip city, man. You know.
Big time.
I didn't know what that fish and chip thing is, but I'm like, they eat fucking potato chips with their fish, and then
I thought it was potato chips too, man.
Yeah. And then
He hands me French fries. I'm like, what's this? This ain't chips.
Yeah, the old fish and chips. But anyways, welcome to the show. We were talking here about your music, and we're talking about actually how heavy metal and heavier music has taken the forefront over party rock and just regular old rock and roll.
Right.
And and our beliefs on it, and my belief is, people they want to have some kind of meaning and message to their music these days, is what my opinion on it is. And do you find that your lyrics? Do you write your lyrics?
Yeah.
Okay.
We all collaborate. Sometimes we collaborate, and Satan steps in sometimes, and there's a couple at me.
Do you use like news, like the news around you or events in your life to write, or how do you do it?
No, I mean I watch what's going on, but that's part of it. I was raised military, so my dad was a military guy, so I was kind of kept an eye on stuff like that.
Yeah, and you should, always should. It always makes me want to beat somebody when they don't know what the hell's going on in the world.
What branch was your old man in?
He was in the Army.
Yeah, he got hard luck, man.
I was Army. Free ride was Navy. We'll just throw him off the ship.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
So now you guys are mainly playing Arizona, or do you play other states and other places too?
Just got back from Europe.
Well, we went over to Europe for a while, and then locally, and hell, I mean, we just play whenever we can. Music business has changed in this decade.
Yeah.
Now, do you find that the fans in Europe are still kind of like the fans used to be in the United States 20 years ago? I think
the fans in Europe.
The fans in Europe, yeah.
Oh, you mean the people, the fans?
Yeah.
The listeners, yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, it's a different people in general. I mean, they don't just succumb to one style of rock. They like everything pretty much.
Oh, that's cool.
Whereas like here, you have metalheads that are, they're death metal and that's all they'll listen to, or that's, what their forte is. Whereas like over there, you have a kid, like Slayer or Avatar, but then they listen to Nickelback and they like Nickelback and they're not ashamed to say it,
Well, fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. I hate Nickelback, but anyways.
Oh yeah, like when we played over in that festival over in Ibiza.
You gotta love somebody to hate them, man.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I loved Nickelback at one time. I did, and then they just got like the same song syndrome, like AC/DC did for But somebody said to one time,
AC/DC sold more records than anybody. I think.
I know. Angus Young was in an interview one time. They said all your songs sound the same, and he goes, and so that's why all the checks are the same.
Yeah, that's why all
pretty ingenious if you think about it.
Yeah, pretty ingenious.
Right. Make 20 records with A, C, and D, and that's kind of. I didn't think about that, Scott. Did you notice that? Like AC/DC, they're all like chords that they use.
Yeah, they're all the same chords. But AC/DC is one of the most influential bands in history. I'm not knocking them at all. And same with you guys. You guys sound like you have a lot of influences. I know we were talking earlier about influences. Oh my God, I forget names all the time. But what was your influences to be a singer, Darren? Who influenced you the most in music to made you want to do this?
I just kind of happened. I just got on the mic and started singing. And I mean, I had some favorite singers, like Chris Cornell from Soundgarden. And I never really thought about that, to be honest with you.
Really? Who was your
first? Who was your mic and
yeah? Who was your first Who was your first concert, Darren? Who'd you go see first? What was your first concert?
I think it was like Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick. Okay.
Yeah, I was a little teenager. I think I just turned 11 or something.
Yeah. Oh, 11. Young. Yeah. And how about you, Scott? What was your first concert, man?
Well, it's too funny because we were just talking about him, and my very first concert was ACDC on the For Those About to Rock tour.
Oh, cool.
Excellent.
Free,
Excellent.
Yeah,
free ride.
first time out, I got bells and cannons up on stage. It's pretty kick-ass.
Free ride's first concert was Jesus and the Apostles.
Ja-
Yeah.
Yeah, that was mine. That was my
Actually,
first.
my first concert, I think, was Striper. Remember the metal band Striper, the Christian metal band? Yeah, that was my first. It was Hurricane and Striper.
Thanks.
Hurricane.
Yeah, that's. I remember them too. And I think the lead singer of Hurricane's in Foreigner now. I think that's their new thing.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
about
Free Ride,
right.
what was your first concert? Tell us all.
My first concert was Rolling Stones at RFK Stadium in Washington D.C.
In 1964.
No, it was 1974.
Oh, cool. That was the year.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It was before the end of the war, and people tried to cross the gates, and the police used tear gas, and this tear gas is wafting over the top of the stadium, inside the stadium, and there's poor Mick Jagger up on stage, and his eyes were watering, and they were still rocking. So it was a rocking show. It was
I
pretty
know
good.
it's only rock and roll, but I like it.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. I was
now
what?
you
Keith
guys,
Richards will never die.
No, Keith
Keith
Richards
Richards-
is when I die, I'll be leaving cigarettes to him in my will.
Keith
So-
Richards, Bob Dylan, people, they're just going to be here forever. You know, I mean, it's like,
Well, don't say that. I mean, we lost some that I didn't think we were going to lose here recently. You know,
Yeah,
we all grow old, and the older we get, the faster they drop off. You know, I mean, even Frank Sinatra died. Nobody wanted him to die either. So, but you guys are playing out of Phoenix. You guys got some dates coming up?
Bisbee and then Prescott, and we're just trying to wrap up on recording, getting everything put
Right.
together.
Now the song "You Suck" is going to be on the next EP. Is that right? The one
Correct.
we just played, the one we just played,
Correct.
and then also the other tune that you gave us was "Harmony and Violence." Is that correct?
Vengeance.
Vengeance. I'm sorry,
Vengeance,
Harmony and Vengeance. And those sound a little bit different than Judas. Is there a different kind of influence on this album that's going to be on from what you've done before?
If you guys don't have a copy of the American Scream album, each of that album itself is there's different styles of rock and metal and hard rock. So I mean, approaching like doing a record, and just for me personally, I mean, I like a little variety and a little bit of a buffet, so to say, where it's not all the same flavor and not all along the same lines, you know.
Well, that sounds about right.
well, that makes a lot of
I
sense.
was going to send you guys a real metal one, but I was told you guys are more classic rock.
Oh no,
induced, so to
no.
say.
What we've done here at KGF Rocks, I'm really proud of it because our listener base has grown immensely since we did it. We've gone from classic rock only to we play it all from '66 to 2016. And matter of fact, all of your stuff will be put into our rotation. Okay.
So anything you send to us, we'll put in there.
Yeah,
Like
whatever
we
you
also-
want in rotation, we'll put it in rotation for you. The three tunes that you sent me, that's Judas, Harmony and Vengeance, and also You Suck, will all three be in our rotation after tonight.
Sweet.
So there you go.
So we were part of the. Mike LaPond in his Silent Assassins album reached top 50 on radio this week on airplay, which is very unreal for a metal album these days. And we play him all the time. So I mean, we play new metal, old metal. We play rock. We play it all. We have no classification anymore. If it rocks, we play it.
Yeah. So you guys are now a member of the KGF Rocks family, and trust me, we back up and we show respect to all the bands that not only come onto our show, but those bands who put out the music without fear and you guys do that. You guys put out the music without fear, and that's what we like about rock and roll. There's a lot of guys out there that are kind of timid and they don't want to, they don't. You guys explore it, and you guys go out and you look and find it. And from what I've heard in the 2 songs from your new EP coming up, you guys are really a rocking band. So you're gonna go far, man.
Catch us live sometime.
Hey, I'd love to. I'd love to come down. As a matter of fact, my son, one of my kids lives down there, so I may be coming to see you.
Yeah, I'm in the East Coast, Buffalo, New York. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon.
I was up in Buffalo last year, actually.
I'm sorry for you.
Fredonia.
Oh yeah, that's close. Yep.
Fredonia.
It depends on what time of the year you're here. Like right now, Friday was 23 degrees, and yesterday was 48 degrees.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's how Buffalo is, and today was like 40 something, and probably tomorrow it'll snow again. 50 tomorrow.
Not a whole lot of snow here.
It's the polar shifting, man.
Yeah, well, it is. It's weird because last year we had snow and cold the whole month of January and February. You never went anywhere. And the last 2 days I had my windows open, which is not right for Buffalo, New York.
Unheard of.
Yes. And I'm not complaining. But
he's not.
But the cool thing about in Buffalo though, like what happens here is the rock world gets better in the wintertime, okay? Because all the clubs are open and everybody's going. In the summertime, those rock clubs close and then the beach bars are open and then the party bands, come out. So in the wintertime here in New York, it's better for rock bands for some reason.
You guys, this new EP you've got coming out, right? Are you guys going to follow that up with a short tour? Or are you going to go U.S. or what are you going to do?
We're going to do as much as we can. I mean, we were talking about earlier, the music business changed a lot, with the internet and whatnot.
Right.
So it's nowadays, back in the day, you'd get a record deal and they're like a bank and they finance you and you pretty much everything you make, you pay back and, move on. But, nowadays you pretty much record your own record, you can self-promote yourself. So we do as much as we can, with what's in hand. Definitely.
Right. And that's the thing about a lot of these, these big-time record artists that kind of aggravate me because, like, the ones that are doing it on their own, like, I'm talking about big-name stars, Metallica's, whatever, and they're selling on their websites and they're doing this, they're making more money selling less records than they did in the old days. Because everything's down. Production costs are down. You don't need to spend a lot of money on promotion anymore because if you're a successful band, you throw it on your website, everybody's going to know about it. Throw it on your Facebook, everybody's going to know about it. So I would think some ways if you're bigger, it's easier to make money off of selling less. But I understand what you guys are saying, too. You don't have that machine behind you pushing your music like you did back then.
Yeah, with the label in Europe, it was very limited promotion and PR. We got a good amount of it, but not enough to, hey, let's quit our day jobs and move on.
Right. No, and that's agreeable too. But don't you think like if you have a better chance of being spotted now with like YouTube and stuff? Does that come into play for you guys at all? Videos and stuff of that nature.
I'm biased. I think it's what you guys, whatever an artist does, it can draw that attention. Whether it's a good song or. Take Ozzy Osbourne for instance. I would have never listened to Ozzy if had I never heard of the guy biting the head off a bat.
Right. Definitely. Bad publicity. Sometimes Jim Morrison made it a habit to have as much bad publicity as he could, and the Doors were so successful it worked, and I think that's right. Look at Motley Crue, used to stay in the news all the time because somebody was punching somebody out or something, and Tommy Lee punched that dude out, let me go buy a CD. It works.
Yeah, bad behavior works. So speaking of bad behavior, Scott, when was the last time you got in trouble on the road? Did you get in trouble in Europe at all?
I wouldn't say I got in trouble in Europe. I'd say I
drank all my vodka, dude. The stewardess gave me like 20 little bottles of vodka, and he drank them all.
You drank all the bottles of vodka?
Oh yeah.
He never drove on the left-hand side of the road before, and he was driving one of those Sprinter.
Let's make sure we get that in the right order, though. I didn't drink the vodka and then go drive, and I drove.
No,
and then I drank all the vodka afterwards.
Even in Europe, the penalties for drunk drivers are pretty stiff. I understand, so you don't want to do that.
No,
but see, if you're a drunk American in Europe, you're fine because you're going to drive on the wrong side of the road anyways.
Yeah.
Well, that guy's a pretty good driver. Look at him.
So, what cities did you guys visit while you were in Europe?
London, obviously. We went through Manchester, Wales, is where we eventually wound up.
I can't even pronounce the name of the town that we were in Wales.
Did you see Abbey? Did you see the Abbey Road at all?
No.
No,
I didn't.
You didn't go to Abbey Road.
Sammy did, yeah. Sammy did.
Yeah, I just want to go there and recreate the not the Beatles version, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers version.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. As far as when we went back and we went over to Spain, Ibiza. I don't know if you've ever been over there before, but that place is insane. It's like a seasonal New
Party
Orleans.
town.
Yeah. you go down.
It's nonstop. Nonstop.
Of where everything is at down there, and it's this whole like 2 blocks straight strip of everything from nightclubs to brothels to strip clubs to
tattoo parlors.
You catch that, Guido? Brothels.
Kentucky Fried Chicken too.
Yeah, it's in the middle of all of it. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Kentucky Fried Chicken in between 2 brothels.
Spain.
Yeah, between 2 brothels, you can get laid and have Kentucky Fried Chicken all in the same hour. After sex, I get hungry, so it's time to go eat. So let's go have.
You're ordering breast and size, and you're not sure which place you're at. So.
It's still finger licking good either way.
Either way, it's you bought 2 places at once where it's finger licking good.
But here's a question: you guys are in Arizona. Have you ever played in Mexico?
No, and I haven't.
No. You got to get to Cabo San Lucas, man. Go play at Sammy's place.
Got held at the border one time, but that's it.
You got held at the border? Going into Mexico or coming
Texas,
out?
I was in a band called Rye back in Texas, and we got held at the border for a couple hours.
Wow.
They found a dog, found a pot seed in the van.
Wow.
Oh no, that's never good. A pot seed?
That's
an amazing fucking dog, man. That dog there.
Seriously.
A seed?
Over 1 seed. That's crazy.
Was the Sergeant Stadenko?
I'm sorry?
From, Sergeant, what's his name? Stadenko?
Sergeant Sardenko? Yeah.
Sergeant Stadenko.
Yeah, Stadenko.
That was my favorite part when he threw the fucking big joint in the nun's lap, and the nuns got arrested.
The nuns got arrested. It wasn't mine, I swear. Yeah, sure. That's what they all say.
Yeah. So now, is there the party scene? Let's get this right. You're in Europe and you're in the States, in Spain, and wherever else you are. What was your best party time? Not the best place to party, but your best time that you party. In what country?
Oh, mine for sure. I'd have to say Wales.
Wales, okay.
Yeah, it's probably the first time we went over there, for me, I was literally drunk for like a whole week, I think.
Really?
Maybe
did you
5 hours of sleep.
Did you throw up a little bit? Even a little bit in your mouth?
No, actually, no. I'm not a upchucker.
You're not an upchucker. Oh, very cool. Very cool. You are a cool rock star, man. Only a good rock star doesn't puke, man.
I got to put my right foot on the floor when I lay down, so.
I think Scott Weiland puked the last time he drank.
Yeah, well, Scott Weiland is no longer with us. Yeah, I bet she wish he would have puked. But so you went to England and Wales, and how long were you guys over there?
Just a couple. There were.
I think we did almost 2 weeks over each time.
No, 2 weeks? And you've been over there twice now?
I've been over twice.
The band went over there twice. I've been over there probably 3, 4, maybe 5 times.
Okay,
we did the first record over there.
Yeah, because I went there, and you went before I was in. So you actually, the band's been over 3 times. I've just been over
Oh, okay.
So now,
I've
so
been
have
twice, yeah.
have you guys ever played on any of those metal cruises?
No, don't want to either.
Well,
I don't. I don't want to get on no boat.
We're good friends with Mike LaPont. He's always on, and we'll see if he's got something.
Oh, and there's also a lot of festivals over in mid-Europe, like Germany and Austria and places like that. They have metal festivals over there. You ever thought about getting into maybe one of those festivals over there?
All the time, man.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, Germany is one of our biggest listenerships, believe it or not. So your music's going to be heard all the time in Germany.
Yeah,
I like German metal.
Yeah, German metal is the shit. It's the shit. And you have bands like the Scorpions and stuff like that, but bands like Slipknot and
Rammstein,
and Symphony X and all them guys.
That's more Sweden, but
Yeah, they do.
Avatar.
They have
Avatar,
a great
right.
time over there, man.
Wasn't Accept from there too?
Accept.
Yeah, Accept. Remember Balls to the Walls?
Well, yeah.
I think that was a German band, wasn't it?
I always think of Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead. Yeah. That was
you have a
my favorite.
backstage pass, son?
Yeah. Yeah. Remember the videos back in the... I remember going home from school in the early 80s and just freaking turning on MTV and saying, oh, my God, it's Twisted Sisters on, And now you turn it on, it's a fucking reality station.
Oh, yeah, there's no music.
Yeah, there's no music. You got to go to VH1 Classic. They got the metal show on there.
Oh, no, that's the last year for the metal show.
They just dropped it.
Yeah. I don't understand that. I understand it was a pretty good show. I used to watch it occasionally. It depends. They had some really shitty guests on there for a while, but I guess they lost it all. But
well, yeah, they did. They canceled them, and I don't get it. Eddie Trunk's okay. He's still got his radio show in New York City, but it was the last good music program out there, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, real music.
Pretty much for metal, I would say.
They got this stupid show on Axis. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Make the Band, and it's got what's his name? I can't think of his friggin' name. He's got tattoos all over him. He's
narrows it down.
Got a nose ring.
Yeah,
that doesn't narrow it down at all. I can't think of his name right now.
I was say 20 Rockers just appeared in my head.
Yeah, I'll think of it now. When I'm not thinking about it, I'll think about it.
You're talking about the guy from oh God, what's that? Buck Cherry, aren't you?
Yeah, something like that. No, not Buck Cherry. Oh, for crying out loud! I'll think of it when I'm not thinking about it. Ask him another question, Guido.
Okay. Okay.
Good out.
Here's my question. I ask everybody that's on our show this: what are your thoughts on the rock band Kiss?
I was definitely a fan, early Kiss. I was even a fan, in the 80s and 90s. As far as like everything they've done with the reunion, and now you've got guys playing characters with other guys playing characters. It's kind of. I don't need to go again. I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of respect, but I don't have any to go to another show.
No, I agree with you. That's not Kiss anymore. In my opinion, Kiss ended when Ace Frehley left. So to me, that's Kiss. But we were talking about. We always talk about that, how Kiss has really became more on the business end of rock than the music side of rock. Is that a smart decision, you think, or not? I mean, they're making more money now than they ever did.
I think if it wasn't for bands like Kiss, I don't know that you'd see bands able to survive right now. When they tour selling merchandise the way that they do. So, you got to give them props for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Meech, they changed merch part of it big time.
Oh, they did. I mean, I had a Kiss Color Forms playset when I was a kid. Who the fuck? That Justin Bieber don't have one of them. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, to the point though where they have the Kiss casket and.
Oh yeah, it's so crazy because they I mean, I'm not that big of a Kiss fan. I would not buy a Kiss casket, but you can. There is people out there that are that big on them that they are going to be satisfied because they bought a Kiss casket when they die.
Hey, Dimebag Zero buried in one. So.
Oh yeah, he also got buried with Eddie Van Halen's freaking yellow and black Strat there, man. That's. Whew. That's a guitar right there. But as far as this is the question for you, Scott, right? The guitar player.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Your influence. What do you think more, Eddie Van Halen or Steve Vai?
For me, I mean, I love both. So I was a fan of Steve Vai the first time I saw the promo when the movie Crossroads was coming out, and he was playing like the devil's guitar protege or whatever. But I've got to go with Eddie Van Halen on that, just because he's
There'd be no Stevie without Eddie.
Exactly.
No, that's true. I agree with you on that. And they two totally different styles, but you're right. Eddie just turned 61. I can remember him back in the 80s.
Eddie Van Halen, my thought on it, he changed everything.
You think so? Yeah. He did. He
Absolutely.
He made the techniques.
It was a combination of stuff, prior to that. I mean, you had Pete Townsend, who was kind of heavy back in the day,
right?
As far as attitude and performance, and then Hendrix, and then all of a sudden here comes, Eddie Van Halen, with the feedback and the whammy bar and the drop tuning. It kind of changed the course, I think, for a metal player. I don't think half the metal guitar players out there nowadays realize it,
Right. And he didn't invent the finger tapping, but he made it like, wow, everybody finger tapped after him.
I think Ace Frehley actually did it before he did.
He did, but Ace didn't do it to the, the extent of Eddie Van Halen.
No, that was like Eddie's niche.
Right.
Niche market.
See, I'm glad you said that about Ace Frehley, because people don't give Ace Frehley a lot of credit, but there's a lot of 80s musicians that will give him credit, Ace Frehley, like the guitar player from Skid Row and, this and that. Just because he wasn't that technical, he still did a lot for music that people don't even realize. Ace, and he taught you how to party too, Fucking, he got shocked live on stage at one time, and still played the show. Can you believe that?
Oh yeah.
You guys do any special tricks or anything? Any blow up stages or lights or?
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. No.
I tried to knock over Johnny.
Yeah. Try to knock over Johnny. I remember the name now. It's Dave Navarro.
Dave Navarro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Has been rocker.
He's pretty hot, man.
Oh yeah, that's that dude with all the tattoos.
Yeah, that's what I said, you Nimrod. Anyway.
I thought it was a chick.
You know what's funny about Dave Navarro is, do you remember him when he was in Jane's Addiction in the early days? He looked like a girl. He had like a bowl haircut. He wore a ribbon in his hair, and then yeah, I swear to God. And then all of a sudden one day I'm like, who the fuck is that dude? All these tattoos and whatever. Yeah, he was
turned into a badass.
Yeah, he was not looking the way he looks now when Jane's Addiction first started.
No, maybe not. Maybe he was Jane.
Yeah, but we like to add,
he jumped into the Chili Peppers for a while. Yeah.
That was the worst mistake, I think. I love Dave Navarro, but the Chili Peppers are not the Chili Peppers without John Frusciante, in my opinion. And that's right there, in my opinion, the most underrated guitar player of the 90s is John Frusciante, because he's really good and nobody gives him any credit. I mean, look at every album he's been on with the Chili Peppers sold over 5-6 million copies.
Oh, he's a hell of a guitar player.
Every album he's not on sells nothing,
Yeah. So I got to ask you guys, okay, one at a time. First you, Darren. What major band have you guys opened for or played with live?
What? I'm sorry.
Give me your favorite band you ever opened for or played with live.
With COD?
Yeah.
With anybody, actually. Anybody.
Yeah.
I don't think so much favorite. I mean, just going over the play over in England and on Hammerfest, you got bands like Skindred and Anthrax, Hatebreed, Overkill. I mean, just being on a bill with bands like that,
Cool. Very cool. And how about you, Scott?
It's not even so much my favorite band. I mean, and I do like them. They're great, but I'd say probably the one that stands out the most for me is probably MSG, because that was my very first show with COD. We were opening up for MSG.
Oh, that's
MSG.
wow.
Good. Cool.
Macaulay show.
And Mike Shanker.
And Mike Shanker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And let me ask you this: who would you like to open for one time?
I wasn't on one of those GNR gigs. I heard they're $3 million a pop, but
Yeah, well, yeah, who wouldn't? But I mean, seriously, who out there would you think you might learn something from, might want to do a show with?
Oh man, Dave Grohl, man.
Dave Grohl?
That's a good
Go on.
choice.
Yeah, Foo Fighters are badass.
Foo Fighters are badass. Yeah, they do a great show. They put on a really good show. They're pros, man.
Who would have think the drummer?
Anybody can break a leg and get back up there and play.
Who would thought the drummer for Nirvana would be the biggest rock star in the world right now?
it's crazy.
It is. I mean, he was just banging away on some shitty Nirvana songs, and then he's like the biggest rock star in the world. Where'd that happen?
And in what country did that happen? Right. Oh, you guys are awesome, man. And what I'm going to do right now, you guys got a couple minutes you can hang with us?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to play Harmony and Vengeance, okay? And then we're going to be right back. We're going to be right back here with Darren and Scott from COD. Let's keep rocking. This is KGFRocks.com and the Conjugal Visit.
Down inside, I can't memorize all the glory that's been splattered from the ashes of hate. I've been driven to flames, and I'm burning the fuel that's you. And I will justify all my alibis that you create just for me now. And this chaos and rage will dissipate only once I see this through. It's so useless running from me. There's no sense in hiding from me. You can't escape these clutches of me. The party's not over. The taste I get in my mouth is all I think about. I'm going in for the kill. Your taste of blood in my mouth is all I think about. There's harmony in this vengeance. In the darkest of place, I have fallen with grace, and I've come back broken and shattered. And I keep telling myself I'm not living in hell, 'cause I'm fucked up, and that's my story. And this chaos and rage will slowly fade, only once I've seen this through. And I've been talking to me, and we've come to believe this world will be better without you. It's so useless running from me. There's no sense in hiding from me. You can't escape these clutches of me. Your party's not over. That taste of blood in my mouth is all I think about. There's harmony in this vengeance. You keep saying goodbye, but you didn't realize there's a few of me in my head. I get that taste in my mouth, and then it's all about I'm going in for the kill. And it's been playing too long. It's the end of your song. Curtains down. Let's say goodnight. and realize there's a few of me in my head. I kept on chasing my mouth, and then it's all about, and I'm going in for the kill. And it's been playing too long, and it's the end of your song. The curtain's down, say goodnight. Say goodbye. Your party's not over.
I always have a problem saying his name. Yeah,
I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
who we work with. He co-produced The American Scream.
Oh, awesome.
He produced Painkiller.
Yeah, right. Oh,
So working with him was like really cool.
You're listening to KGFRocks.com and Conjugal Visit, and we're just having this conversation, man, while Harmony and Vengeance was playing. And okay, now you're talking about what happened, man. I mean, you went into a ditch. What was that all about?
Bad driving.
Bad U-turn.
Who was driving the vehicle? Darren, you were there, right?
Former bassist John, man. He panicked like a little girl, actually. Screaming at the top of his lungs. We're never going to make it to the gig.
No.
There's like, 10 of us standing around. We got Sammy from Brazil, bodybuilder, It's like, dude, we can push it out,
Push it out of the ditch.
You were in Brazil, or no? Have you ever gone there? I think it's Brazil. They have live sex shows. They do.
I think in Brazil they have a lot of crazy shit.
They have they have
on
live
stage.
sex shows in Denmark, I think, too.
It's like they get. It's not like a peep show. It's like an audience sits in the audience, and this guy and the girl are in a bed on the stage, and they fucking do it.
Well, I've seen mules, dude. I've been to Mexico, so.
You fucked a mule? What'd you say?
Well, you know how the story. The chick with the donkey.
Oh, we're no restrictions on this show, by the way, so you can say what you want. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, see, I've seen a chick do a donkey before. I wasn't entertained. I don't see how that's even entertaining.
How did we get on that?
Well, I don't know. You talked about we got on the subject of Brazil. We got on the subject of Brazil.
Anyways, we were talking at the break about
live sex.
Guys,
What we weren't talking about that on the break, folks.
Right. No, on the break, we were talking about open up for Anvil, and you're working with their producer, and he also produced some other things. That's pretty big stuff right there.
He was actually Chris was the engineer for Blizzard of Oz originally, so he had actually engineered Blizzard of Oz, and I want to say Diary started working on some of that too, but he's telling me stories about Randy Rhoads working with Randy and how a lot of that album went down, and it's just like, you look on the wall, there's the Painkiller. He got nominated for the Painkiller album.
Mm-hmm.
It was just cool, just like,
That's
a lot of
you're talking about the Judas Priest Painkiller.
Judas Priest album, yeah.
That's where they went to the full fucking metal side right there. Painkiller was the...
Totally.
Yeah, definitely. Was their first real metal album, in my opinion. They weren't hot rocking no more. They were metal, man. But that's awesome. That's got to be such a. He's a pretty big professional. So is everything?
He's worked with bands like Exodus. You just go on his Wikipedia. Yeah,
I'm gonna. And now, does he make the experience better for you guys because he knows so much what he's doing?
Absolutely. I love Chris.
And he's working. He's still out there producing albums all over the place. Correct?
He got sick, like I want to say 2 years ago, and it was Legionnaires, I believe, and
Jeez.
For a minute it looked like he wasn't gonna recover. He's doing good now. So
would that be great that his comeback album and your next album will be a big thing? That'd be awesome.
It'd be nice. The label that it started actually folds it now.
Oh. Well, we're
Yeah,
definitely going to
go
play
figure.
it here. Where can people, if they want to purchase your music right now, where can they go?
You go on Amazon, iTunes, and just CD Baby. I think it's pretty much marketed out there for the American screen.
Okay, cool. And we're definitely going to play your stuff here. So, everybody out there, check them out. We're definitely going to put a link to you guys on our one of our pages too, so anybody that comes here can see you guys all the time.
There's YouTube videos as well. We have a
YouTube
channel.
We're going to actually broadcast live one day from YouTube, so people can actually see what we look like. But we're afraid it's going to ruin something. People are going to think, "Oh man, I thought he was hot." That voice.
Just don't bring any donkeys, man.
Yeah, no donkeys. No. No donkeys.
No donkeys. No. Eon. Yeah, the poor
Bring
look
goats.
on that jackass's
Bring
face.
lots of goats.
I got to tell you, the look on that jackass's face was frightening. He was petrified.
You're
no
still
question
talking about that?
Well,
you tell them not look at you in that tone of voice.
Yeah.
Hey, the chick wasn't that bad looking. I just couldn't believe that she would do something like that. It was it was amazing. I heard many people gasping for air.
It's called money. She lives in Mexico. Okay, she probably made more money that night than most people in her city made in a month.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. She probably made some money. That's for sure.
I will definitely, if I was a donkey, I'd want some money, wouldn't you guys? I mean, I'm not gonna go out.
I don't know, but it's a lot of money.
But, yeah, give me 40 pesos, something like that. But all right, moving on. You guys, so now you're shopping for record labels, or are you anything in the works?
Yeah, that's actually the purpose of doing a record, either independently or stick it out there, or obviously that would be the goal. I mean, but the music business changed. We all know that.
Right. And now I think there's the biggest metal labels in Germany or something like that, Frontiers or something like that. Is that like?
I think there's a more nostalgic. They do a lot of nostalgic bands.
Oh, that's true. What's the big? There's one that's out now.
Roadrunner is probably. I think Roadrunner just got bought out by Century Media.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and that's another problem too. There's the competition in the record labels are lessening because there's no many independents anymore. Everybody's big now.
If there's a successful one, they get picked up by one of the big three.
Right, absolutely.
You got Warner Brothers, Sony, Universal.
It's the same thing with radio. Once a radio station hits a certain peak, it's like they get bought out by these big conglomerates, and they want a piece of that fucking pie.
Yeah, come buy me out right now.
Yeah, they can come buy me out anytime they fucking want to, right fucking now.
And I don't see when people say, "Oh, you sold out," whatever. No, I tried feeding my kids.
It's an educated decision.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah,
even when bands like Metallica or whatever, when they sold out. Well, yeah, because they found out they can make more money by doing it. I mean, it's
but come on, guys. They got Bon Jovi's producer. That's a little harsh.
Yeah, that is a little harsh. Yeah, no, that did. But
when you're listening to Leper Messiah, and then they got John Bon Jovi's, why didn't they just do it in the beginning?
Right,
absolutely,
exactly.
But if you look at sales, that one album retired them.
Yeah, that was the end of that.
They didn't need to make another record. I mean, they made so much money off that one album. But I hear what you're saying because my favorite album was I loved Kill 'Em All, and I loved wow, my brain's just
Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets, that's the one. And I love those.
Lightning.
I loved Ride the Lightning, but those two right there I loved. And then the Black Album came out, and I'm like, okay, they just took a break. Then the piece of load of shit came out after that, and then I was done.
Yeah,
I think after I saw the movie, I was kind of
disappointed. Yeah, it is, and it makes me laugh because Dave Mustaine and Megadeth, he's still doing it, man. He's still doing it the way he wants to, and he's not changing. But I have respect for that. And I think Megadeth's a better band right now than Metallica, to tell you the truth.
I totally think Megadeth's badass.
Yeah,
and I heard the new album is really good too. I saw them live last year for the first time, and it was kick ass.
It was kick-ass. I saw him a few times, and the best one I saw was when I saw him with Marty Friedman and for the God, what tour it was? I think it was the Euthanasia tour, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is some really good musicians up on that stage right there." I mean, they were just killer, you know. And then I went to see Metallica like the same year, and it wasn't as entertaining. I don't get it. They're the biggest metal band in the world at the time. What the hell did they do? You know.
They cut their hair, man. They cut their hair. It's like fucking Hercules.
Can they play?
Can they play? You know, you cut their hair. Can they play?
You think they made a mistake? Here's a question for you. Do you think that they made a mistake by trying to go back on Saint Anger and after that, going back to their classic sound? Do you think that was a mistake?
I don't think it would have been a mistake. It was from the heart. I thought it sounded forced.
I agree. Again.
Good point. Good point, man. That's exactly what I got out of that. And when it sounds like you fucking force it, man, it's like I didn't really want to do this, but the producer said, "Man, go ahead and do it." Right?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, good thing for you guys and bands like yours, you don't have to listen to somebody say, "No, we're going to do it this way." No, you get to choose what you're going to record and put on the album. And that's what's awesome about that. You guys think that the corporate inflation in music is going to deflate one day? Is the bubble ever going to burst on these assholes?
I think it already has.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got there's a rapper. I don't know his name, blonde-haired kid that I think it was last year or the year before he won a Grammy, but he was self-funded and independent and just did it all himself pretty much with help, I'm sure, but you know.
Yeah. But it was more independent. And I don't know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name either, but that's the thing is sometimes there was that one guy, rapper, his name was Soulja Boy. He made a video of some mix he did on YouTube and he became an instant millionaire. You know, I mean, it does happen. And the thing about it is if you can get whatever because YouTube is the kids. The kids are buying on YouTube. You know, the kids are the ones seeing it and going to buy it. So if you can get stuff that the kids like, you know, I'm not talking about girls, whatever, but just like the teenage boys that buy metal, you guys would be fucking set. You know, that's what it was. I mean, I think some of the new metal today kind of is cheesy in a way, though. Have you heard anything lately that you like?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some things, but I mean, even bands like Disturbed too, kind of stepped away from the metal for a little bit, didn't they?
I really like Avatar, Hail the Apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, and I you know, and I've come to like Mike LePond as well. I mean, Silent Sands. And then you got, you know, from Symphony X. I mean, Symphony X didn't change their colors at all, but when he went over and did his Silent Ascenses, that definitely changed the color of the music that he was playing. And I think when you guys finish this album, because of course I'm kind of biased because I've already heard the first two that are going to go on there. You guys are going to stick to your true colors, aren't you? You're not gonna fade away, are you?
Oh no!
Yeah, we'll stick to true colors.
Yeah.
And you know, we've had this conversation before too. It's like one of the things I love about this band is that we can write 4 songs in a row, and musically, they don't necessarily sound like the same style of music from one to the other. They do, but they don't. There's a little bit of glue. Where it becomes a COD song is once Darren's vocals go on there. Because his vocals are so much a part of what we sound like. You can have 2 totally different styles of songs, but you know it's us as soon as he kicks in. And it's, you know, not trying to put you on the spot there, Darren, but you know that we've said that before, and it's a great defining thing because you can, like I said, you listen to Harmony and Vengeance, that's completely different than probably anything musically that we've put together prior to it. But as soon as he starts singing, you know it's us.
Right.
Well, that's good. You're identifiable. That's you know, one of the keys to success. If you can, you know, anybody can. The gamut make a song, or a hit song even. But can you have longevity? That's what it is. And if you got a signature sound, people are gonna fall in love with that and keep coming back.
Yeah.
That song's about killing your ex and eating her, by the way.
Oh, cool. I'll have to really slowly listen to that one then.
Yeah, I turn it down real slow like this so you can understand the lyrics. But you guys are
Hannibal.
Hannibal, yeah.
It's a Hannibal song.
It's a Hannibal song. Okay, remind everybody where you guys going to be playing down in the Phoenix area, because I know there's a lot of folks from down there that are listening tonight. Where you guys can be playing at and when?
Bisbee is our next show, and the Drunken Lass.
That's on the 13th in Bisbee, and then the Drunken Lass in Prescott.
With Sectus.
Yeah, with Sectus. Both shows with Sectus.
Okay, both shows with Sectus. And
I
Dave
had
and
an
them.
interview with Peter earlier.
Yeah, Dave's awesome. We actually, this is the truth, guys. We did an interview with them, and they were talking from home on the interview. And then while they were driving from their house to the studio to lay down some more tracks, they were still doing the interview while they're driving down the fucking road, man. I mean, this was an awesome interview. We had such a good time with.
And we woke the drummer up.
We woke the drummer up, and the drummer woke up because they had to go wake him up to take him to the studio because he's always late. And so if they don't pick him up, they're not going to get him into the studio. And it was hilarious. It was one of the best shows we ever did. But
you guys sound a lot similar to them. Both of you together is probably a kick-ass show.
Oh yeah, we love those guys, man. They're down the hall from us, actually.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
so
band camp.
That's awesome.
And that's nice too. We had a show last year that just out of nowhere decided to play a couple songs with Christian. So he came up and played. You were asking us if there were 4-piece, 5 pieces. There were 5, but our lead guitarist players permanently in Brazil. But Christian actually came up and joined us for part of the set one night. So that was pretty killer.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's a good thing that you guys. A lot of bands, I know back in the 80s and that they didn't want people to come up. No, I don't want him to play with me. I'm better than him. It shouldn't be that way,
No, it should
really
be.
shouldn't.
But you can't with them guys, right? I mean, you really can't with them guys because you can't think that way because you play with them. I mean, these guys are for real, and so is COD, and believe me, we've come to find that out not just tonight. We want to wish you guys a great bunch of success in 2016, and we want to thank you for coming on the show tonight, man. Thanks a bunch.
It's an honor, dude.
Yeah. If we get a
talk somebody in Buffalo.
Yeah, hit me up. Yeah.
Hey, man, if you come to St. Louis, hit me up. John Copeland asked if you guys are going to be coming to Salt Lake City.
I would love to. I mean, it's just right above us, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just north of you there. Yeah, it's not too terribly far. It's a desert drive, that's for sure.
I've been to Salt Lake before. It's
a
pretty place. A lot of sand and evergreens all in one.
All in one. All rolled up into one. Well, listen, guys, we want to thank you for coming on the show tonight, man. It was very entertaining. Thanks for coming on, and we want to wish you guys great success in 2016, and hope nothing but the best for you guys.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, guys, take
Stay
care.
out of those donkey shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, them days ended long ago. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
All right, guys.
Take care.
All right.
Oh, great guys. That was fun. That was a whole lot of fun, folks. And tell your friends about that interview. And that was a whole lot of fun. Those guys are killer. I can't wait to hear more from them. And please remember, they will be in our rotation on KGFRocks.com without question. Got them all set up and ready to go.
Without question.
Yeah, without question.
Well, I want to take this time to talk about the Save the Internet Radio petition.
Okay.
If you go to KGFRocks.com and right on the right-hand side, on the top of the page, you'll see the fist holding the music note. Click it, sign the petition, save Internet Radio. You're not just saving Internet Radio, you're saving independent artists, you're saving independent record labels, and like Free Ride always says, you're saving your freedom of choice. So sign it. Help us out. Help everybody out.
Excellent. Yeah. And it's also on our Facebook page. You can go to our Facebook page, or you can go and join our KGF Rocks group page It's on there as well. And just click on it, give them the information. We've had over 1,600 signatures through our website and through our Facebook. So thank you so much for that. That is kick ass. And the more of you that do it, the safer you will be. And freedom of choice is all we got left, man. They're taking everything else away from us, man. You got to be able to choose what you listen to, and internet radio is the place to be. Nobody else is playing these guys. We are, okay. So
Right.
if you like COD, or you like Sectus, or hell, you like Mars Needs Guitars, you can get it right here at kgfrocks.com. Okay,
Right.
so save the music. So yeah, we got some good shows coming up, man. Next February 7th. I, I I spoke to Gabby 20 minutes before they went on stage down in Houston, dude.
Cool.
On Facebook, and she goes, I said the 6th we're ready to do the show, and she came back. She goes, you mean the 7th? And I said, oh yeah, the 7th. That's right. So they just did a show down. She's the cutest thing, man. She is so cute. I got to tell you what, folks, if you haven't seen her, go check out her video on our Conjugal Visits page on Facebook. Go check that out. So
And she's next week?
she's next week, and
Okay.
then following her will be Sam Bam Colton, and he is touring with Gabby, and he is her lead guitarist. So we're going to get a different view in 2 weeks of what the show is all about. So that's going to be awesome.
Yes,
That's going to be
definitely.
awesome. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I can't
What
wait
about
for
after that?
Well, after that, it's kind of a blur, man. It really is.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it is kind of a blur, man. And people are just banging the hell out of me here on Facebook, and they're doing all kinds of fun stuff with us and saying hello. And this is kind of refreshing, folks, that we're being contacted by folks. Actually, that'll be on. You're looking at the 21st. We have Mr. Tom Edwards, the Edwards Experience. That'll be cool. And we also have going after him. Will be the 28th of February. Will be Dave Hagel, and he is lead singer and Ozzy persona from the Ozzy Osbourne tribute band and Diary of a Madman. So we're booked through February. We're into March. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun coming up. And still in negotiation with a couple of really kick-ass bands. I don't want to mention their names yet. Don't want to spoil it.
Right.
Okay. So we will try and get things together with them here very, very soon. So stay tuned for bigger shows. Yeah,
Yes.
bigger shows. Can't wait.
Really big shoe.
A really big shoe. Yeah. So
So
anyways,
who's winning the Pro Bowl? Well, who won it? Is it over?
I don't care. I don't
Why
care.
not?
I know that the East beat the shit out of the West in hockey in the hockey All-Star game.
When was that?
That was this afternoon.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they do. It was interesting the way they did it this year. They had, the North and the South on both East and West. They would play each other in 3-on-3 hockey.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, and then the winners of the first two games would play each other in like a championship game. And I think the East won. I'm not really sure.
The final score of the Pro Bowl was Team Irvin 49 and Team Rice 27.
Oh, okay.
They don't do it like they used to anymore.
No.
Now you can have AFC and NFC players on the same side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so it's just the best people from each divisions and going, and they can play on the same side. Like, here's a picture here. You got a Bengal with the Falcon and a Seahawk at the. I mean, that's two NFC and an AFC team. So it's kind of different. I think it's kind of cool. I might watch the replay on it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, I like the way they're doing the hockey, too. I mean, they're making it interesting, at least.
Mm-hmm.
They ought to do that with basketball, too, the all-star game for the basketball.
Well, the basketball is all-star thing. The only thing that anybody ever cares about at the NBA all-star game is the slam dunk competition.
Yeah, that's true.
The game itself is not important. It's the slam dunk competition, the 3-point shootout, all those things are what the fans go to see, I believe.
And what do you think of the policy in baseball where they say the American League and the National League, the winner of the All Star game gets to host the World Series? What do you think of that?
Why not? It's a great way. You earn it. You don't just get it because you're a bigger city or whatever.
Well, I mean, but the best team didn't get to be the home team in the World Series. Put it that way. Say a team is they got 99 wins and 54 losses, and the other team has 102 wins. And in the World Series, the team with 99 wins hosts the World Series. They got the home field advantage.
Mm.
It's kind of odd that the All Star game would determine the home team. I mean, I think the team with the best record in the World Series should have the home field advantage, don't you? That's the way they used to do it.
Yeah, but that means that I guess but everybody's trying to change to modernize everything. Years ago you didn't have a 3-on-3 in the All-Star game. You didn't have Team Rice versus Team Irvin. You didn't have AFC and NFC players playing on the same side. It was conference versus conference.
Right.
But everybody's getting sick and tired of the same boring thing, so they're all trying something new.
Right.
And I think it's because competitive sports is not what it used to be. There's so many out there. You got the X Games now. You got all these sports channels that you can watch sports whenever you want. You don't need to watch football. You don't need to watch the NFL or the NHL. You don't.
Right.
So I think that they need to entice more fans by making it more competitive. What they should have did was kept the fucking XFL, the wrestling league, and that was an entertaining league.
The XFL?
Yeah, don't you remember that one? The Vince McMahon from WWE owned it.
Yeah.
And you could hit guys hard and shit, and it was crazy, And
yeah,
they got rid of it. And then Donald Trump. Remember Donald Trump had the USFL?
Yeah, he had the USFL. Well, he had some good players that went to the NFL. I mean, they had some great players.
Jim Kelly from the Bills played there.
Yeah.
Not Warren Sapp. Reggie White played there.
Played. Yeah.
Steve Young, Bo Jackson. Most of the early '80s super college stars went to the USFL because they were paying more money then.
Yeah.
Jim Kelly made more money his first year of the contract for the USFL than he would have for the whole life of the first contract with the Bills. So he made the right decision for financial reasons. Who knew the league was going to fold though with that many good players in it.
Yeah, and then those players went right over. Well, listen, we're about out of time. Just to remind everybody that Monday night is Rob Boyer. Tuesday midday is Diamond, and then on Wednesday we have on Tuesday evening we have Mr. Zookeeper Bob, and then on Wednesday midday we have Wild Bill Hill, and then Wednesday night is Guido. Thursday is Zookeeper Bob, and then we have on Friday Free Ride if I'm off, and then of course Saturday we have Zookeeper Bob as well. So we pretty much got every day covered, and then of course Sunday night is reserved for our conjugal visit and some special stuff coming up here in the next week or two that you're going to really want to know about. Okay, so stay with us. Thanks for joining us. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you come back and tell your friends about us here. This is Free Ride, along with Guido saying, see ya.
Good night.